Hello, this is Ginny Brant with Unleash Your God-Given Healing. Today we're going to look at 6 benefits of intermittent fasting and autophagy. The Nobel Prize in Medicine was awarded to cell biologist Dr. Yoshinori Ohsumi in 2016 for discovering the mechanism of autophagy. Autophagy in the Greek literally means self-eating. It's a God-given process during which cells destroy viruses and bacteria and recycle, regenerate, and repair themselves. Absolutely amazing. Dr. Ohsumi began researching this process back in the 1980s and 1990s. And due to his compelling research, there are now more than 5,000, yes, you heard that, studies on autophagy. It's become the new buzzword in medicine and in research. You see, when the body is in a fasted state, it frees up about 65 to 75% of the normal energy you expend eating and digesting food. This allows the body to use this same energy to engage in autophagy to help heal and repair the cells in your body. Now let's be honest. As Americans, we tend to eat from the moment we wake up to before we go to bed at night. Think again. This only allows 6 to 8 hours of autophagy while we sleep. If we can extend this time period occasionally, we can help prevent many chronic diseases. Intermittent fasting enables us to do this. But don't kid yourself. This is nothing new. Fasting has been around since the beginning of time and is practiced by many religions around the world. In the Bible, Jesus himself fasted and prayed many times. Many men in the Bible fasted and prayed before important decisions and wars. I do wonder if these men of God knew the added health benefits they received from the spiritual practice of fasting that was designed by God to focus their attention on Him and His will. As the research continues to grow, here are 6 benefits of intermittent fasting and autophagy. Number 1, it reduces inflammation. And we've already learned through many videos that inflammation is the root cause behind most chronic diseases we face today. Number 2, it builds the immune system. Since winning the Nobel Prize, Ohsumi and other scientists have shown that autophagy plays a crucial role in embryo development, cell differentiation, and the all-important immune system. A breakdown in autophagy can lead to a wide variety of diseases. For example, cancer, diabetes, and Huntington disease. A healthy autophagy system is connected with longevity, and a faulty one can accelerate the symptoms of aging. When damaged cells are turned into newer, younger cells by the process of autophagy, this gives a boost to our immune system. Number 3, intermittent fasting and autophagy reduces the effects of aging. As I just mentioned, reduced autophagy has been associated with accelerated aging, whereas stimulation of autophagy might have potential anti-aging effects. Yes, it can actually help you turn back your biological clock. And my video on this will be referenced in the show notes below. Number 4, it improves cognitive function. Dr. David Perlmutter A neurologist who lost his own father to the dreaded Alzheimer's disease promotes intermittent fasting to improve brain function and prevent brain diseases. And the research backs him up over and over again. Number 5, it may improve prognosis for multiple sclerosis patients. In one study, the researchers found that the mice placed on intermittent fasting diet were more resilient to neurological damage and were less likely to develop symptoms such as muscle weakness, paralysis, and difficulty in moving, which are all common with MS patients. And number 6, it may improve blood sugar for type 2 diabetes patients, of which I am one. Autophagy has been known to regulate the function of pancreatic beta cells and insulin-targeted tissues such as skeletal, muscle, liver, and adipose tissue. Many studies suggest that enhanced autophagy, or extending it, acts as a protective mechanism against oxidative stress in pancreatic beta cells. So check with your doctor whether this might work for you. However, this is not for type 1 diabetes patients. The most interesting benefit of fasting that I've recently discovered is the benefit for cancer patients receiving chemotherapy. I only wish I had known this sooner. I certainly would have done it. When a cancer patient receives chemotherapy in a fasted state, the chemotherapy is absorbed more by the cancer cells than the healthy cells. And isn't this precisely what we want to have happen? It certainly is. And where did I get this information from? Several doctors are advocating taking chemotherapy in this way. Dr. David Jockers, a functional medicine doctor, Dr. James Forsythe, a well-known oncologist, and Dr. Robert Elliott, the oncologist and medical researcher who wrote the commentary in my book, Unleash Your God-Given Healing. And so many other doctors are beginning to do this as well. Another benefit is simply weight loss. I've had several friends who simply lost weight by practicing intermittent fasting. Something to think about. And then think about this. What might this do to help us prevent cancer and recurrence for those like me who don't want it coming back? You see, there are cancer cells in our bodies all the time. Our bodies have immune systems that, when working properly, can detect and take care of these cells. If we purposely extend these hours of fasting and autophagy, we up our chances that our own body can take care of potential cancer cells that are made in our body. Now, I'm not recommending a 10, 20, or 30-day water fast. I'm simply advocating extending the time your body stays in autophagy by stopping your eating at 6 p.m. after dinner and not eating again until 10 to 12 the next morning. Really not very hard to do. Now, here is a quote from Dr. Ohsumi, the Nobel Prize winner himself. This is what he said. As research into autophagy has expanded, it's become clear that it is not simply a response to starvation. It also contributes to a range of physiological functions, such as inhibiting cancer cells, yes, aging, yes, eliminating pathogens, yes, and changing the cell by cleaning it out from the inside. I want to go on to study autophagy at the molecular level, he said, to tackle this mechanism head on. This is my mission. And I personally look forward to reading more and more research on autophagy and how fasting activates this most important process in our bodies. So how many of you had heard of autophagy before today? You see, it's not that Dr. Ohsumi invented autophagy. He simply discovered and explained the process that God had already put in place when he created our miraculous bodies. It's just one of the ways that our body heals on its own. But it doesn't work when we are constantly eating from sunup to sundown and when we miss out on all important sleep. I hope this information has been helpful for you. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, like this video, share it with others you care about, and click the notification bell so you will know when I post new information. Until next time, here's to your health with this God-given mechanism, autophagy, that helps to clean out, regenerate, and restore our cells to health. And let's give God the credit for it. And we thank Dr. Ohsumi for discovering this mechanism that God put in place when he first created our bodies. And may God bless.